played a lot of Candyland.
Candyland's like for fucking stupid kids.
It was dumbed down.
You were playing Candyland.
Well, dude, it's just like you go straight on the fucking thing, or you can go backwards a couple if you draw a card. There's like no strategy or anything.
I don't think there's cards in Candyland.
I thought it was.
I thought there was.
Isn't
There's
there like
cards.
a thing you spin or?
You're thinking of Life. Life, you spin the wheel.
I have played some.
Life is a good game.
What was the
You can
one
make real
with the
decisions.
thing you popped
Monopoly
in the
did
middle
too.
of it? It was like a little globe, and you pressed it.
I remember what that is.
Oh, that's Yahtzee.
No,
No, the Yahtzee, you
No.
fucking throw it out of the thing. You're thinking
Yeah.
of
No, it's
Mousetrap?
No. I don't know.
I've never played
No, what
Mousetrap.
the fuck is that shit called? No, I know what you're talking about.
Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
I do not remember what that's called. But that was kind of like a new age, like. But I feel like that one, like the game itself,
It was like a die in there, like
the
a
game
little
itself
tiny
isn't that
one.
good, but I feel like it's sold on that die.
It was a
flipping system.
gimmick, yeah.
It's gimmicky.
I don't even remember what the fuck the game was. Are you looking
Trouble.
that up?
Trouble, dude. Yeah. Trouble.
No, that right there.
Yeah.
I had that as a kid.
I remember playing that one a lot. I had to look it up and see
That
exactly
one's
what it
also
was.
soft.
It had the little plastic like caps. You put down the thing. That was actually, you know what? I did like that one.
That was a pretty good
I
one.
mean, that
it
was
was a
alright,
good switch
bro.
up, and it was new.
Monopoly is better than all of those.
Well, it's
though.
the OG.
Oh, dude, Monopoly, like
That's the best one.
It's the OG.
it's so much though, and it takes so long. Like if you're actually playing the
But
full
you're
game
really
of Monopoly, yeah,
Like,
you
it's
are
not
really
like-
playing.
Like Candyland, you're not really playing. You're just there.
I
And the
feel
game's,
like
happening.
Monopoly is like the bridge between like the kid board games like Candyland and shit,
Yep.
and like the real board games like
Yeah.
Warhammer and like
No
shit.
one
I
plays.
agree.
Well, I don't know. Regular
You
people
don't play board
fucking
games, so
adult like board games that require like hours of time.
Dude, I once played
some do.
Dungeons and
Monopoly.
Dragons.
Yeah, so you have to be past that step.
I have a Dungeons and Dragons story, dude.
You played?
I played, dude. I was watching the Thunder game at a friend's house I hadn't seen in a minute. And the game was over and we went and we were like smoking in his garage and stuff. And his friends were just like D&D time. And they were just like D&D time, dude. Like bring out the fucking table. And they like
Fuck
brought out the table and like briefly explained the rules to me, and I was like, what? And I had like a fucking notepad, and it was like my turn, and I forgot what happened. I was hammered, and then they're like, yeah, you died, and like you're out of the game now. And then they were just like playing, and then I left like 15 minutes after that.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
it does sound awful.
Yeah,
That's some stupid bullshit, bro.
it was stupid.
Yeah, to play a board game as an adult, like you have to be like that's like a special demographic of like people who
It's
are old
super
enough
niche. Yeah.
to like have known how to play that shit, but also were like lame enough to like spend time playing that shit. So you get like a fucking person who's older than cool, it's like suboptimally aged for coolness, and then you get some shit that's lame as fuck on top of that.
Yeah.
Making that shit just like lame as fuck squared, bro. Like that shit's horrible.
That's interesting math. I agree with it.
That's how I see it, you know.
Dude, there's this place called Game HQ I used to drive by all the time, and I thought it was kind of like I don't know, like a game exchange type store,
They had airsoft
but
guns.
was like still around. Yeah, that's like the type of place I was expecting. And I
Yeah.
walked in, and it was just like 30 tables, and it was a Saturday, and it was fucking packed. And everyone was playing like one of those board games. And I just kind of was like, oh, and just kind of turned around and left. But I was like, holy shit, there's a fuck ton of people in there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a community for that shit for sure. Like
Definitely.
there are a lot of people doing
Like,
that
why
shit.
not just play a video game?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're really like about like being like a nerd and shit and wanting to play shit like that recreationally, like our technology has surpassed that bullshit. Like, you're not gonna have really. more fun
I mean,
playing
unless
that
you
shit.
like doing that better than video games.
You have to be like a
then-
boomer ass motherfucker in the
Yeah.
first place to
Yeah.
have that. Like, I feel like sometimes they almost even do that shit like ironically or like in the face of like current technology. Like they're like, yeah, I play this because this is what's fun to me, and they like almost like I'm better than you because I don't need that bullshit. I don't know. I don't fuck with that vibe.
You don't like the.
You met someone who played board games
Nah.
made you feel inferior for playing video games? I remember them just like describing the rules of D&D to me and being like, "Oh, it's like Final Fantasy, like on paper." Like, I feel like if it was around in an age where there was no video games, I probably would have fucked with it.
Well, yeah, if any video game like that would have to start at like a storyboard that could probably, and you have options, so that could be cards.
Is there a D&D
Like-
actual video game?
I'm sure there is. Dude.
Probably.
It's
There
so
has to
popular and it's been
Yeah.
around for so long.
But I feel like any video game like that could also be a board game if you wanted to make it suck. Like,
Damn, there's gonna be a D&D fan that stumbles across this who's gonna murder us in the
What the
comments.
fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck?
You guys don't know shit.
I'm
about
imagining like
D&D.
that dude from South Park clicking. What the fuck? Yeah. No disrespect to
yeah, that's just
board
you
game
like
players.
what you like.
Yeah, you like what you like.